Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So by special mercy of Gurudev, Vishnupat, Srishmad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, in our Rupanuga Guru Varya, today we went to Vrindavan, Gokulananda, Radharman, Gopinath. So, there in Radha Gokulananda, this is one of 6 main deities. How many? 6, 7? 7 main deities of Braj. So Radha Gokulananda, very famous. There also is the deity of Vijay Govinda. So for new people, we should explain the deity worship, the deity. Many people think the Supreme Lord has no form. If he's all-pervading, then he's like oxygen or like carbon dioxide. He's everywhere, but no one can see him. Many people think like this. But this is just material logic. And Tarikena Parishtana. Absolute truth cannot be understood by material intelligence or material logic. Supreme Lord has a form. That form is all-pervading, but we cannot see it. Our form is not all-pervading. Our form is in only one place. But because Krishna has inconceivable potencies, he is both localized, Krishna in one place, yet at the same time, Kunjabi Hari, he is also all-pervading. So he's in China, he's in Braj, he's in Navadvip. He's everywhere, he's inside every atom. But we cannot see that form because we are not qualified. Ramanjana Churutya Bhakti Vilochanena Sandasadev Hridayosu Viloki Antim Yad Shama Sundaram Achinte Gunasurupam Govindamari Purusham Tamaham Bhaja. He can be seen everywhere, but he can be seen with the eyes of devotion. Now our eyes are material. Therefore, we are only seeing material forms. Only spiritual eyes can see spiritual forms. Like when Krishna offered to show Arjuna the Virat Roop, then Krishna said, "But you cannot see with these eyes, Arjuna, I give you divine vision." It's like some understanding for us. So now we have no divine vision. So how we can contact Krishna? We see, therefore, Krishna out of kindness accept the form of the deity or the Vigraha. Vigraha is a very sweet word. Graha means to accept. When Krishna accepts a form in this world that we can see, we can touch, that is his kindness. And see, Krishna's form is not material. His form is not like our form, made of meat, skin, bone, marrow, ojas and hair, stool and urine, the 3 vatas. Krishna's form is not like ours. His form is Sachidananda, transcendental. So, but we cannot see that form. No. We cannot touch that form. We cannot smell that form. We cannot hear his voice. We cannot touch him. So out of kindness, because of our lack of qualification, Krishna comes in the form of the deity. This is like a PhD teacher who knows everything, teaching the child. A is for apple, B is for banana, C is for cake. So Krishna, out of kindness, he appearing in this form as if made of 8 elements. The deity may be made of wood, stone, metal, clay, sand, jewels, paint, mind. All these 8 things. So even though the deity appears to be made of these 8 things, the deity is not material. This is very astonishing. Krishna can appear in any form, therefore by his inconceivable potencies, he appears in this form for us. Like we see those religions, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, those religions which do not worship the deity, they have no concept of love of God, no concept of service to God. Like in Christianity. People think, what is Christianity? Serving the poor man. In Islam, giving charity or doing something moral for God in this world. But in the spiritual world, there's no morality. There's no one to give donations to. So these are all temporary activities. So by the deity form, we can get trained how to develop the concept of 24 hours service to Krishna. Like you see here early in the morning, Pujari comes, cleans the altar. Then there's Aarti. Then after Aarti, they bathe Krishna, they give him breakfast. They put on new cloth. Devotees sing new garlands, then lunch. So there's a 24-hour service to the deity. So by this, the souls of this world can become trained for service to Krishna 24 hours in the spiritual world. Because we are not qualified, Krishna does not speak to us in the deity form. He remains silent because we are not qualified. Guru Maharaj said that Krishna, like to Madhavendra Puri, Krishna appeared in the dream of Madhavendra Puri. Oh Madhav, my body is very hot because many years I was under the ground. So please go to South India and bring some sandalwood paste and put on my body. If that was asked, what would happen? Imagine Krishna appeared in the dream of this guy, what's his name? Go and walk to South India, bring them. What about my wife? What about my children? What happened with my job? Krishna, if he gave us some order in the dream, we would not follow. And Madhavendra Puri was more than 80 years old. That time, no train, no car, no plane. But as soon as he got the Snapno Dash, the order from Krishna in the mind, in the dream, immediately got up and went to South India. But Krishna knows we're not like that. Like imagine Krishna woke us up in a dream. I'm very hungry, Lakshman, make me some sweet rice and puri. But that time is winter, if I wake up I'll have to take bath and it's so cold, I'm tired also. Gurudev said, don't believe in dreams. Guru Maharaj said, Krishna is very kind, even though he's not speaking to us, this is also his mercy. He's waiting. When we become qualified, then definitely he will speak with us, he'll interact with us, he will directly take the offerings. So this is proof in the deity of Vijay Govinda. This deity we saw today in Lokanath, in Radha Gokulananda, this famous deity, Vijay Govinda. So Baladeva Vijayabhushan was worshipping Vijay Govinda. So some emergency, he had to go to Jaipur. They're the original deities of Rupa Goswami, Radha Govinda. For a long time they were being worshipped. But sometimes Krishna liked to make some disturbance to show his glories, especially to show the glories of the devotee. So what happened? Some so-called followers of Sri Sampradaya said, what is this? What is the relation between Radha and Krishna? Where is the name of Radharani in the Puranas? There is no record of the marriage of Radha and Krishna. So this worship is illegal. They made some argument. Like Lakshmi Narayan, we accept that. They also accept Rukmini Dwakadish, but Radha Govinda. So unnecessarily they made some disturbance because they're not qualified to understand all these things. This is not in their sampradaya. So they put pressure on the king, and the king was under so much pressure that he separated Radha Govinda. And how the Gaudiyas will tolerate this? This is the worshipful deity of our Acharya, our Guru, Rupa Goswami. That time Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur was here in Vrindavan. But he was quite elderly and absorbed internally in devotion, in bhajan. So he could not go to Jaipur because he was very expert in the scriptures. So he sent his Shiksha disciple, Baladev Vijayabhushan. So Baladev Vijayabhushan went with another devotee, Krishna Das. So they went to Jaipur at the place called Galta. He went there once. So, there was a big scriptural debate. So first, they said, Baladev Vijayabhushan spoke. And he established again the worship of Radha Govinda. That in Kali Yuga people don't accept defeat very easily because so much pride. So we don't accept, okay, we accept Radha Govinda, but we don't accept you. Because we never heard of any Gaudiya Sampradaya like this. And also, every Sampradaya has written a commentary on the Vedanta. Like I read the other day, this Bhakti Marg on Vishwananda. Now because everyone's saying no Sampradaya, now they made a new philosophy of Vedanta called Tadatmya Vedanta. Seriously? Tadatmya Vedanta. Like some speculation. We're still working it out, I said, come on. So in the same way they challenged Baladev Vijayabhushan. So Baladev Vijayabhushan proved very strongly Gaudiya Sampradaya was part of Madhva Sampradaya. We are a branch. Like we see other Sampradayas also have branches. You know, like Sri Sampradaya have Sri Sampradaya and the Ramanandis. So a branch is still connected to the main trunk. It's not a separate thing, just a little speciality is there. So Baladev Vijayabhushan, by his irrefutable logic, he established we are a branch of the Madhva Sampradaya. She's sleeping in every class. This morning I see she's sleeping every 5 minutes. Try and stay awake. He said, Kartik Brad, please stay awake. So, Baladev Vijayabhushan established we are a branch of Madhva Sampradaya. So these days, many, especially the Babajis, they do not accept Baladev Vijayabhushan. They say Gaudiya Sampradaya is 5th Sampradaya. So many false things they say about, oh, Baladev Vijayabhushan, he took Diksha in Madhva Sampradaya, that's why he was so partial to them. Many false things they say. But this is completely untrue. Baladev Vijayabhushan, his Diksha Guru was Sri Radha Damodar Pandit. Radha Damodar Das Pandit from Odisha, Utkal. He took Diksha in Gaudiya Sampradaya. This is the line of Narottam Thakur. And he also took Shiksha from Param Vaishnava, Gaudiya Vaishnava like Vishwanath Chakravarti. So it's true Baladev Vijayabhushan studied the commentaries of Madhvacharya, but Jiva Goswami also studied the commentaries of Madhvacharya and Sri Ramanujacharya and others. This is just for knowledge. So anyway, even today, many false things they say about Baladev Vijayabhushan. Param Gurudev said these persons are enemies of the Gaudiya Sampradaya and agents of Kali Yuga. Do not give respect to Baladev Vijayabhushan. He's against everything except himself. So, Baladev Vijayabhushan, they challenged him. You have to write a commentary on the Vedanta. Right? Very easy thing? Come on, there's no easy thing. So they put him we want to see a commentary in 7 days, otherwise we don't accept anything yourself. So Guru Maharaj said previous acharyas had not written a commentary on the Vedanta because Vyasadeva had written his own commentary. Vyasadeva is the compiler of the Vedanta Sutra. So, Jiva ne stane lagi sutra koilovas mayavad vasa sununay hoisavas. Mahaprabhu said, but Vyasadeva, he wrote his own commentary on the Vedanta, that is the Srimad Bhagavatam. Atavayam Brahma Sutra Nam Bharatata Vinayana Gayatri Vasaruposo Vedata Puribrimata. The Bhagavatam is 4 things. It gives the meaning of the Vedanta Sutra, the essence of the Mahabharata, the real meaning of the Gayatri, and the conclusion of the Vedas. 4 things are there in the Srimad Bhagavatam. So because Vyasadeva has written his own commentary on the Vedanta that in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam, no one thought it necessary to write another one. But sometimes it comes up, these things come up. Ajanik, like. These things sometimes come up. Like someone say, why Gurudev not did this or not did that time? Not necessary. Why Gurudev not said Swami Maharaj was this or that clearly? That time not necessary. But afterwards it became necessary to clarify. So Baladeva Vibhushan was given the job. He said, yes, I will write a commentary on the Vedanta in 7 days. And everyone was like, sure, but everyone thought this is impossible. So Baladeva Vibhushan, he prayed to his deity of Vijay Govinda. Hey, but like all devotees should think like that, no matter if we're very intelligent or very good looking or very wealthy or whatever. Devotee always think this is all, without Krishna's mercy, I cannot do it. So Baladeva Vibhushan, he prayed to his deity of Vijay Govinda. Hey Govinda, please, without your mercy, I cannot do this. So Krishna appeared in his dream, this deity. Don't worry, Baladeva, you just go ahead. I will personally speak. And what I speak, you write. So you can imagine the level of Baladeva Vibhushan. Krishna giving him dictation. And he is writing. Baladeva Vibhushan, this level of Vaishnava. So he called his commentary Govinda Basa. So some say when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he gave the original Gaudiya Vedanta. 500 years ago when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu met Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. That time Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, thinking Lord Chaitanya just to be some boy who's taken sannyas, very young, very handsome, how will he maintain sannyas? Also sannyas means studying Vedanta and meditation, but this boy is just chanting Harinam. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya said, to establish you in Siddhanta, I'll teach you Vedanta. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so humble. Yes, you are like my father, you are my well-wisher, thank you, I would like to listen. At that time, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's son-in-law, his name is Gopinathacharya. When Gopinathacharya heard this, he became very angry. So he said to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and the disciples mostly of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, who do you think you are? You know who is this sannyasi? This is Krishna himself. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Sarvasya chaham ridi sanagisto matasmiti jnana papohanamscha vedascha chaham aham eva vedyo vedakrit vedantagrit evacha. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, I am the compiler of the Veda. I am the goal of the Veda. I am the Vasta Veda. By all the Veda, only I am to be understood. So Vedanta Sutra comes from Krishna. He is the goal of Vedanta. He is the speaker of Vedanta. He is the knower of Vedanta. And by Vedanta, he is to be known. And you will teach Vedanta to him? Who do you think you are? So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was disturbed because son-in-law was saying like this. And you will give him sannyas, you don't know who he is, Guru of the 3 worlds. Like this. Anyway, Sarvabhauma gave some answer. How can you say he is Vishnu in Kali Yuga? Vishnu is known as Triyuga. He never appears in Kali Yuga. Then Gopinathacharya said, hey, you do not know the meaning of Triyuga. You cannot say Vishnu never comes in Kali Yuga, because in every Yuga he appears in the form of a Yuga avatar. So of course Vishnu appears in Kali Yuga. But because in Kali Yuga he appears in a hidden form as a devotee, that's why he's called Triyuga. Anyway, so this way, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya did not say anything, but for 7 days and 7 nights he taught Lord Chaitanya the Vedanta, his understanding of the Vedanta, the Mayavad understanding. What's the Mayavad understanding? Supreme Lord has no arms, no legs, no eyes, no face, no nose, no energy, no activities. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sat for 7 days like that. Not saying anything, not speaking anything, not moving a muscle for 7 days. Okay, I can be like that if you want. So after 7 days of explanation, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu not one time said, yes, no, very good, nothing. 7 days just listening. Then Sarvabhauma became bewildered. What? After 7 days, he not even asked one question. Yes, no, very good, nothing. Complete silence. So he asked, are you understanding anything I'm saying? Are you understanding? The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, yes, yes. Well, the original sutras, the original verses of the Vedanta, this is clear like the sun. But your explanation is very hard to understand. Your explanation is like a cloud covering the sun. It means your explanation covers the real meaning. But the real meaning is obviously present within the sutras. And imagine Sarvabhauma, imagine saying that, someone telling you that. Yes, I could understand the verse, but your class I could not understand one word. How would you feel? So Sarvabhauma was shocked. What? Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave his Gaudiya Vedanta, Bhakti Vedanta. The Vedanta is exclusively a book about devotion, nothing else. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave his Gaudiya Vedanta, the Bhakti Vedanta, devotional commentary on the Vedanta. He started how you can say but Vishnu is Nishakti because the Parashakti of Vishnu is described everywhere in the Shrutis. And many things he said, you say the Supreme Lord is formless, but the Shrutis describe everywhere his transcendental all-attractive form. What the Vedanta calls Brahma, we call Bhagavan, but they are not two things. And Mahaprabhu gave his devotional explanation of the Vedanta. That time Sarvabhauma tried to give arguments, but Chaitanya was smashed all these arguments to millions of pieces. Then finally Lord Chaitanya said, like the hammer blow, this is not the fault of Sankaracharya, because he was ordered by Lord Vishnu to cover devotion. Okay, carry it there on the phone. So, Lord Vishnu ordered to Shankar, Mayavadam Asat Shastram Pracha Bodhayam. Oh Shiva, you should cover Brahman and Motara. You should appear in the form of Brahman in Kali Yuga. And you teach Buddhism. You should give the philosophy of Mayavad, which is hidden Buddhism, and cover devotion. So when Sarvabhauma heard that, he became astonished. He could not answer anything. This is in Padma. Then Sarvabhauma, he's like, everything was smashed, but he had one doubt. There's one verse in the Bhagavatam I cannot understand it fully, properly. I would like to hear something from you. Disciple has three qualities. One of the qualities is pariprashna. You should ask something to Guru. Gopal would say, if you sit in front of the Guru and do not say anything, this is upright. The Shastra says disciples' duty is to ask questions, but some proper question. Why we don't eat tomatoes and can't eat, nothing like that. It's a proper siddhanta. So Sarvabhauma inquired, what is the meaning of this verse? So some mood coming, proper mood coming in Sarvabhauma. Mahaprabhu said, first you speak something. So this Atmanamas Chamuneo Negranti Apiyaru Kurvanti Ahoiti Kim Bhaktiyeto Kuto Gunoha. Sarvabhauma gave 7 explanations of that verse. 7. And Sarvabhauma was incarnation of Brihaspati, the Guru of the demigods. So his explanation, wonderful. Then Sarvabhauma said, can you add anything? But he's thinking, no one can add. Because what I spoke, no one can do more than that. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave 14 explanations. With that, huh? After 64, the first 14. But still, there's no, it's not asked. I want to hear what you spoke to Sarvabhauma. That time he spoke 64. So Mahaprabhu gave 14 explanations, not even touched Sarvabhauma's 7. Then afterwards Mahaprabhu gave 64 explanations. Then Mahaprabhu said there's unlimited, but I'm just giving the 64 for now. Then Sarvabhauma silence. Then he realized such erudition, such knowledge, such perfect explanation, this is impossible for a human being. Because Brihaspati is demigod. But even Mahaprabhu's explanation was more than him. So how any human could explain like that? Then he realized what Gopinathacharya was saying is true. This boy, he is really Krishna. Then Sabhabhama surrendered. So that time, Gopinathacharya was listening to Mahaprabhu's explanation of Vedanta. And that same Gopinathacharya appeared in the form of Baladev Vijabhusan. And what he heard from Mahaprabhu and also from Govinda, he wrote in the form of his commentary of the Vedanta. So today we saw that same deity. Of course, maybe the same way Krishna not gave the conclusion of all Vedanta in our hearts. But still we're in line. One day that mercy will come. It's a very beautiful deity. There is also the deity of Giriraj. Hey, Balaram, the lamp is ready. Deep ko tikka diya. There is also a little deity of Giriraj with a thumbprint. Mahaprabhu gave that. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in Puri, one Brahmin gave him one little deity of Govardhan. And last 2-3 days we're talking about Giriraj. So Mahaprabhu gave this deity of Giriraj to Raghunath Das Goswami. Therefore Raghunath Goswami, he is Govardhanastikam Nirupali Kurunene Sri Sachinandane Dvayakapati Satosi Priyanapitusi Iti Yogetam Tamakrinam Nijagita Nivasam Dehi Govardhanatam. Raghunath Goswami said, oh, Giriraj, you have to accept him. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave him to me, gave you to me, therefore you have to accept. You cannot say no because Krishna himself gave it. Therefore don't look unqualified or not qualified because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given order. Therefore give me a place at your feet. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu worshipped that deity of Govardhan, sometimes keeping on his head, sometimes keeping on his chest, sometimes sleeping at night, and constantly the Govardhan Shila was wet by the tears of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We are doing Vidhi Seva in the temple, but Mahaprabhu doing Bhavamoy Seva, full of emotions, full of ecstasies. So with great ecstasy, Mahaprabhu would always, because Mahaprabhu was in the mood of separation from Braj, and Giriraj is like the Kul Devata of Vrindavan. So Mahaprabhu always weeping. Then he gave that deity to Raghunath Das Goswami. Raghunath Goswami gave to Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami gave to his disciple Mukunda Das. So Mukunda Das, anyway, he also had a history. When he became very sick and he was served by one great Vaishnava named Krishna Priya. So after, I think that was Gangamata Thakura. Anyway, this Krishna Priya Thakura. So Mukunda was very sick and she served him very nicely by like arranging special Ayurvedic medicine. So because she saved his life, he gave this deity Krishna Priya Thakura. This Krishna Priya Thakurani was the same person who was offended by Rup Kaviraj. She was chanting Harinam and she was in class. Generally, if some high-class person is speaking, we should not chant Harinam during class, because what's the use of your chanting? Your chanting won't take you very hard. But hearing from Guru Vaishnava, this will give more than your own practice. At the time of Harikatha, Gurudev didn't like anyone doing anything, hearing, watching phone, or doing something else. So Rup Kaviraj, he was giving class, and Krishna Priya, she was in the back chanting. What was her name afterwards? No, this was another one. Krishna Priya Thakur. Hemlata was another one. So as she was in the back chanting, then Rup Kaviraj became angry. Hey, why are you chanting in my class? This is not good. Then very humbly she said, I have no problem. A liberated soul, they're like Krishna. Like Krishna can taste by touching something. Krishna can touch by glance. So liberated soul, their senses are not limited like us. So she said, I can chant and also I can hear at the same time. We cannot. Right? Like if we're chanting Harinam in class, you cannot hear the class because you're just listening to your own chanting. A high-class person can do both things at the same time. She said, no problem, my chanting, no one is not disturbing me. But the problem is I cannot stop chanting. His name of Krishna dancing on my tongue. I cannot stop. So he chastised her. Afterwards he was rejected by Hemlata Thakura. She ripped off his neck beads. And all Vaishnavas rejected him. He got leprosy and he went and died in Bengal. That's the same person Ramesh, this disciplic succession, that's the same person Ramesh took Babaji from. Vrindavan. Anyway, so this Charak, this Govardhan Jiva came from Kaviraj Goswami to Mukunda to Krishna Priya Thakurani, and then it came to this temple. So we could not see that Giriraj is there. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave this Govardhan Shila to Raghunath Goswami, Mahaprabhu also gave him some instructions. You worship with Tulsi Manjari and Ganga Jal. Huh? No, Mahaprabhu gave personal instructions how to worship it because he gave the Shila. So Mahaprabhu gave personal instructions. Generally we worship Giriraj as Haridasa Bhajan, but Mahaprabhu told Raghunath worship him as Krishna, which Tulsi and all these things. So anyway, today we went there. It's a very sacred place. The Samadhis of Lokanath Goswami, Narottam Thakur, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. And now we have our deep down. So, Sri Kartik Brat ki. Tomorrow is Pujapad Babu Goswami Maharaj, Pujapad Chivikrama Goswami Maharaj Titi. So we will have Katha. At morning time we'll speak their Katha. Little Damodarastic, but mostly I guess Pujapad Baba Maharaj, Pujapad Chivikrama Maharaj. Then we'll have Abhishek, like 9 o'clock. And then breakfast. So tomorrow we'll hear about this is very sweet day in this temple, very sweet day. Especially Pujapad Chivikrama Maharaj has so much relation with this temple. So tomorrow we will hear all about that. So, very nice, tomorrow is a very good day. So make a special effort to stay awake. Shri Kartik Brat ki. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Go Prema.